Hello, educators. What? You want to know what you're teaching? Well, you are teaching the North Carolina standards. That's right. North Carolina Department of Instruction, or DPI, assigns set standards for each grade and content area. You are charged with teaching the standards aligned to your area of teaching. However, along with the standards, DPI does provide clarification and resources so that teachers can have a solid grasp on the standards for teaching. Let's take a closer look at what is provided on DPI's website. We are going to look at mathematics. I have selected elementary and a resource called Unpacking. The Unpacking documents do just that. They unpack the standard. What does it mean? And what should the students be able to do after learning it? Here is an example of the math standards for a grade 5. These standards are what teachers are charged with teaching. The domains are operations and algebraic thinking, number and operations in base 10, number and operations fractions, measurement and data, and geometry. Under each domain, you will notice there is a cluster of standards that support the teaching and learning of that specific domain. Take note of the link included above, Standards for Mathematical Practices. These standards should be woven into K-12 math classrooms. For example, when students reason abstractly and quantitatively, they are not just solving, they are making sense of the math, estimating, and predicting. If 3 birds were at the bird feeder and 2 birds joined them, would there be more or less birds at the bird feeder now? The standards for mathematical practice remains constant throughout all of the grade levels. However, notice High School Math 4, 2 standards for mathematical practices have been added. Use strategies and procedures flexibly and reflect on mistakes and misconceptions. Yes, we do learn from our mistakes. Now I have chosen math standard for grade 1. Let's take a look at one particular standard to see how the Unpacking document unpacks that standard for instruction. The standard is operations and algebraic thinking. Represent and solve addition and subtraction word problems within 20 with unknowns by using objects, drawings, and equations with a symbol for the unknown number and represent the problem when solving. Here is clarification for that particular standard. And this is an example of the outcome of students' work and language when they understand that standard. So as you plan instruction, you will need to thoroughly understand standards and be able to anticipate how students will approach the learning. For example, how many different ways will students approach this situation? There are 9 baby rabbits. 3 of them are gray and the rest are brown. Miguel says that means there are 5 brown baby rabbits. Is Miguel correct? Explain your thinking. In first grade, students may use a variety of strategies to solve this problem and represent their thinking. For example, they could use concrete representation. They could use a drawing, visual representation, a counting strategy. They could use a number line or number sequence, or they could simply give a verbal explanation. But as a teacher, you need to anticipate all of these different ways that a student might be thinking. It's important for you to consider these possibilities so that you can guide the learning and move it forward. As you engage in the course, I encourage you to spend lots of uninterrupted time with DPI's website and their standard course of study and all of the supporting documents that are available for you. Get to know how to navigate the website, become intimate with it, and I promise this time invested will make planning smoother for you. Enjoy your learning.